Great.
Your lighting is fine.
Welcome, everybody. Thank you so much for taking the time to join us in this special little segment. I have the most amazing ladies here. So, one, most amazing because she brought me into this world and gave me life and built me up to the woman that I am today. My mother is here, Julia Kollmyer. Mom, can you just wave to everyone?
Hello.
Awesome. And then we have Miss Mary Jones, who is just a new person to me, but like it's not like she's new. She's just been here for like all this time, and God has just brought our paths together. So, Miss Mary, would you give them a wave? Wave to everybody. Yes. So I'm gonna just start out by allowing these ladies to introduce themselves, who they are, what they're doing, and maybe how we're all connected. So I'll just go ahead and start with Miss Mary. Miss Mary, would you tell us who you are, what you do, and how we're connected?
Okay. I am Mary Jones, and I'm a holistic health coach. I'm a master herbalist, and I'm a corrective hair care consultant. Um, I've been in that arena for over 40 years. And so I've never been the person that could take medication.
Mhm.
And so I've always studied herbology so that I could assist and help my clients understand why they're having negative results with their health, and to kind of give them information on what did God say about how we should treat these temples. And so as I continue, it started with my hair care profession. And so I knew that when I was shampooing people, I was laying hands on. And so I was constantly praying as I served them, and with results, because God is the healer. And so knowing that He's working through me, it really gave me pleasure. And I made quite a few friends just serving them in the way of giving them information. And so after I retired in 2010, I experienced what they call rheumatoid arthritis.
Mhm.
And I'm saying, Lord, I eat right. I'm a herbalist. I go to church. My spiritual self is intact. So why am I experiencing this? And it's very, very, very painful if anyone knows about rheumatoid arthritis, and it's crippling. And so now I have a challenge. I had to go to the doctor, rheumatologist. When they diagnosed me, they were trying to give me infusions and different medications. They ended up being chemotherapy medications, knowing that I couldn't take that. And so my daughter went with me, and she's sitting there like, "You're not going to take the medicine anyway, are you?" I say, "No, I'm not." Um, and so I kind of endured the pain. And so at some points, I would say, this is too much. Maybe I do need to take some kind of medication to relieve the pain. And I could hear God saying, I am the healer. And so I continually studied the herbs, and I continually took the herbs. And so in 2018, um, I took a trip with my granddaughter. She was 10 years old. We went to Jamaica. And so the guy that was driving us around, he said, "Miss," he said, "when you get home," he said, "look up a herb called hemp." And he said, and they make CBD out of it. He says, "and try it." So I had no clue, what that was. So anyway, I followed that instruction. It was still herbal, so I was good with that. And so as I continued on with that, it gave me some relief, but I knew it was something more. And so as I talked to my clients, and all I could hear with the people is 14 million people with rheumatoid arthritis. And so I was trying to find a way, and I would pray for God to give me wisdom on how could I help people with this suffering. Because I'm telling you, it's very painful. You swell, your face break out, you get these rashes. And I'm like, what's going on the inside of my body? I knew it was something on the inside. And so as I continued on, God answered me and said, well, I saw no, not Deidre. I saw
Tierra.
Tierra. She
Mhm.
was on Facebook, and she was talking, and I'm, I have a habit of when I'm listening, I get closer and closer to the phone. So my sister called me. She says, "What are you doing with your neck?" I say, "I'm just trying to hear." Right. So anyway, Tierra, Tierra was talking about these products that were grown in good soil, and they were taken from the farm straight to your door, and then how much, and I, like my ears perked up because I know the medicine is in the food. And
Mhm.
so when you have food coming from good soil, then it does nothing, because God said, "I have given you." He's gifted us with all of this. And so when we find soil that is rich enough to produce food that's like medicine to our bodies, then we could be I say remade, because we are forever being regenerated, right? And so I was like, okay, I gotta have some of that. So I contacted Tierra, and she got me connected, and I started listening more and more. I started hearing testimonies. I said, this has got to be where God wants me. But what really cinched it for me was when I looked at the name of the company, and the name of the company was Puro. And so I had did studies with a rabbi for 3 years. And I knew that was a festive holiday, and it was in the book of Esther. And so I kind of reviewed the book. I didn't really get into where I could really study word for word, but there was a section that said that Esther went on a fast, a 3-day fast, before she went before the king. And so with her doing that, the king just received her because she was so beautiful. When you go on a fast and God starts making you over, your light shines, you're beautiful, right? Because people could see God in you. And so when I kept reading, and it said that Esther was the reason that the king did not destroy the Jewish people,
Right.
and that instead it turned on Haman, and so um, uh, I said, Purim, that's got to be the company, because Esther saved the people, and God is raising up a group of women, so that's why when I got to this group, I said, this is a group of women that I'm supposed to be with to get the message out. Because when you start talking about people's diet, they don't want to hear that.
Mhm.
They don't want you messing with their food. And so I knew that I could not, encourage people to change their eating lifestyle with not having the proper replacement.
Yeah.
And what helps me a lot is that people with rheumatoid arthritis can't really prepare their foods. But if they could get the products that the company that I partner with, Purim, then you can make a smoothie. You can make a drink, and just make sure you get these nutrients inside the body to feed you at a cellular level. Because
Yes.
most times we detox, but we detox just on top.
Mhm.
So these products, when you eat the proper foods or get the proper nutrition, they go into the cells and take out anything that's not
Yep.
that shouldn't be there. And so autoimmune, it's like I kept saying, how your body gonna turn on yourself, right? How does that happen? How do you not know who I am? And so and so so that's what really interests me to partner with this company so that I could offer. It's 14 million people suffering with rheumatoid arthritis only because of not having the proper nutrition.
Mhm.
So I said, no, I've got to become a part of this. And so that's how I ended up with Purim. And I call the ladies, I call it the present day Esters.
Yes. Yes.
And so that's my story.
Awesome. Thank you, Miss Mary. And
You're
so as
welcome.
as we were talking, I was like, how am I going to rally these powerhouse women together and get them to like tell us what they tell us what we need to hear? And so thank you so much for sharing and being a partner um,
Yes.
with Purium with me. And it's
Mhm.
been a huge blessing. And so I have my mom on here. My mom is not a partner. However, she is. she's been a customer for a while and has received some great results. So I want you to introduce yourself. We're still at introductions, y'all. We 10 minutes in and we still at introductions. Mary just took it all the way. Mom, go ahead and introduce yourself.
Okay, my name is Julia Kollmyer. I am, of course, Nicole's mom. That's how I know Nicole. I birthed Nicole. Praise God, and it was a blessing, a blessing. I am a minister of the gospel. I've been ministering for probably 30 some years.
Praise God.
I have a ministry called God's Way Ministry. I do Facebook Live on Tuesdays and Thursdays, midday manna at 12 Central Standard Time. Mother of 4, grandmother of 15, great granddaughter.
Great grandmother of a daughter, like great grandmother.
I am a great grandmother.
Yes, yes.
I am a great grandmother. Yes. Did I not say that? That's not what I said.
You said great granddaughter.
I have a great granddaughter. Okay,
Mom, keep going.
So anyway, I am just excited about of course been married for 37 years in November. And so just loving life right now, 71 years old, and just praising God for all the things that he's done. I got introduced to Purium. Nicole was like, my daughter, everything that my daughter gets involved with, somehow or another, I get involved in it. Okay. She's like, let's do this, Mom. You got to do this. And I've tried all kinds of different things. And so I will say that Purium has been by far the most productive, most beneficial product for me. Nicole does all my ordering. Nicole does everything for me. I was like, Nicole, I need this, I need that, I need that. And so I can truly say that it has been a blessing for me. Number one, I know that's not the number one goal, but number one, I've lost weight, and I'm thankful for that. My energy level is up. It is up. Praise God. I do a lot of stuff and I need energy. And, by the end of the day, when you just sluggish, and I'm not that way. I sleep well. When I tell you I sleep well, I sleep well. People say I struggle going to sleep. When my head hit the pillow, that's it. And I rest. And so along with that, the weight loss, the energy, the ability to sleep better. I don't have the aches and pains that I once had. I've got, back issues. That's some way back, like 3 back surgeries and all those different things that I still deal with. But I do believe that if the more I'm get in my body, the better I'm going to feel overall. So it has been a blessing to me, and I am thankful. And you was talking about Esther, these modern day Esthers. Nicole, years ago, when she was a teenager, it was prophesied that she would be the Esther in our family.
Wow.
Yes.
Wow.
And I brought that to her memory the other day, and I said, do you remember that? And she said, well, I don't think she did right away.
Yeah.
But the Lord brought it to me. But it had been prophesied that she's been a blessed woman of God since teenage. Since she was a teenager in school, in high school. People her peers would come to her wanting prayer and asking for advice. And so she's been far beyond her age for years. But been able to and for this to all manifest, to all come back full circle, to remind her of who she is. That is a blessing. That is awesome. And it does my heart good to see her walking in the area that God has anointed her.
Yes.
To be what she is as the doula, apprentice, midwife, and then just all her life lifting up people. And has been a blessing to watch her walk this out, not without my tears for her. It's this heavy burden, it's a heavy weight. but I'm thankful and I'm grateful to God for this opportunity to be a part of Purium. And like you, Miss Mary, like you said, that um, Purium, you know, it was the feast. It was about bringing Esther, getting herself together. Esther has to get herself together so she can be what she needs
Yes.
to be for others. Amen. And so I'm thankful for that. God bless you. I don't know what else I can go on. Like Miss Mary,
Say,
going on.
preach, Julie, preach.
You guys, this is just, my heart is so full, and it is a lot of full circle, and Miss Mary, I felt like you coming and joining the company and joining our team specifically highlighted that for me, and I was able to go back and talk to my mom and tell her, and then my mom was like, Nicole, do you not remember? And I felt like what I've been saying, I'll introduce myself. So my name is Nicole Fletcher. I am a certified doula. I'm a nutrition coach through Purium. I am an apprentice midwife, and I'm a wife of almost 25 years come December. I'm a mother of three. My oldest is 23, 21, and then I've got a 20-year-old. And so, I have a deep desire and love for the Lord and for my family, and to serve and support people wherever they are, wherever they're at. And so, when Miss Mary joined the team and just started talking about Esther and the Purium Festival, and I was just like, whoa! And it was something that resonated with me so deeply, but I didn't understand like why until I talked to my mom, and then my mom was like, "Hey, this is what happened. Do you not remember?" And I was like, I mean, kinda. You know what I mean? It had to be recalled to me. And so in that process, I was like, yes, Lord. Yes. And so bringing all of this full circle. And so some people are kind of like, why does she keep talking about this like superfood stuff? Like, what is the point? I don't even get it. But the reality is, like, we are dying
Yes.
unnecessarily.
Yes.
And that's the issue. And that's why this matters so much, because there are issues, health conditions, health issues, health conditions that are on the rise in Black people specifically. Heart disease after 65 years old increases. And so this is another, especially in Black women. So this is another issue or another reason why I wanted to bring you guys on specifically to say, like, look at these women that are not suffering from disease in their body because they are taking in like nutrition that was designed by God in the simplest form, like from the ground, grown up. This is how most of your life has been, right? You go outside, you pick something, you eat it. And now there's so much toxins and chemicals laced around our food. We can't just go outside and pick something up and think it's going to be healthy for us. Actually, it can cause cancer. You know what I mean? Some of this stuff. I remember as a young girl, those honeysuckles, those honeysuckle trees, and going to those trees and pulling up the honey straight out of it, right? I would be like, oh no, to my kids now, oh, don't do that. Don't do that.
Right.
Because we don't know what's been sprayed. Actually, we do know what's been sprayed over it. The glyphosate chemical pesticide. That is a carcinogenic and can cause cancer and has autism on the rise and so many other things that create disease in our bodies. So I'm passionate about this because it matters. And I don't want people to have the story. I didn't know. You do know, because we're talking to you every day. It's all over your feed. It's everywhere. You are aware of the poison and the toxin that is just out there. And then there's another option. There's a healthier option that supports life, that supports cellular regeneration and brings those cells back to life. And so, like Miss Mary, you had talked earlier, don't talk about people's food.
That's
Some people get fired up about that. They don't want to hear that. But the reality is we're suffering unnecessarily because of choices that we're making oftentimes. And so on our team, we talk about genetics loads the gun. So like my mama, like, this is not true for me, but like if your mom had diabetes and your grandmother has diabetes and asthma and all of these other things, you're like, well, I'm just destined to have those things. Well, that's not true.
No.
That's right.
So lifestyle, like genetics loads the gun. So if you have a gun, genetics loads the gun. But what you do with your life pulls the trigger, right? So
Mm.
if you do what your grandma did and your auntie did and all these other people did that got sick, then you will have the same outcome. But if you choose a different way, your outcome will be different. So the lifestyle is what actually makes that thing a genetically passed on thing, or there's a word I'm looking for and it's kind of escaping me. Um, it's like when something happens generationally, I guess.
A
Mm.
curse? Is that the word? I don't know.
Generational curses.
Yes, yes.
Mhm.
Yes.
So
Mhm.
we're like, my family is just, we just sick, or we just have this. We have heart disease, we have high blood pressure, we have hypertension, all of those things, and we just say that that's normal. It's not normal. You can
Mhm.
choose otherwise, and you can have a different outcome. You can be the one in your family that says, "Not me," where it ends with you. And so we are. I know I am. I know my mom is. We're like generational curse breakers. Like if this
Hey,
has been the
glory.
that's been
Mm,
going on in the family for a long time. Oh, it ends here. It ends today.
Yes.
And it
Yes.
but
ends
stops
with
here.
the choices that I'm making, that we're making to move forward. And so this company, while this company is not founded on a biblical principle, I feel like our team is, and we see
Mhm.
God in this work. And
Yes.
so it's not just about foods that it's not just about like purium, 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 purium. It is really about what God is doing in his people
Yes.
in the earth, and he's saying, hey, this is how I've created this.
Mhm.
This is actually what I've created you for, and this is right fuel for your body. So let me connect you with that and bring your body back to life. We
Mhm.
suffer with dis-ease and discomfort and sickness and ailments in our bodies that we're not supposed to, and
That's
we should
true.
not have to.
Mhm.
But it's because we're marketed to, we have a lack of
Mhm.
knowledge, a lack of information, and then we choose to remain in our ignorance.
Mhm.
And that's an issue. And so I
Not
feel
yet.
like I'm called to go. You want to say something, Mom?
Yes, just since I've been taking Purim, and just the all the whole core, the everything that I've been taking, it has when I eat, I feel so bloated and
Mm,
so weighted down with certain foods that I eat, and it has definitely made a difference. Even it's like I struggled with bowel movements.
mhm.
And now I get up in the morning, I drink my Purium, I get going, I feel I'm, all the toxins, power shake, that's it. Bring it up, bring it up. I take my 5 amino acids. Yes, there you go. And now I'm blending them up in my smoothie. Yeah.
Mhm.
And
Mhm.
so, I don't have to try to swallow the pills, right? So I blend it up in my smoothie. And it's great. It's great. I can move without feeling I'm telling you that being so sluggish and being weighed down, and all you want to do when you get done after you've eaten all this big old steak and big old baked potato and all this, you just want to go sleep. You
Yeah.
just done for, right?
Yeah.
Um, I can honestly say that it has made a difference in my digestive system.
Mhm.
You
Mhm.
know, so in my mentality and my thought process.
Yeah.
So I'm working on getting my husband. You got to get him. He needs it now. He needs it. Yeah. Thank you.
I love it. I love it.
Yeah.
Um, So I do want to wrap us up. I feel like there's so much passion and so much information, but I want to share with you guys the opportunity that's coming. If you are interested in jumping on board and like really changing your life and changing your health, we have opportunities coming up. So I'm going to just introduce a couple of the superfoods. We say products sometimes, but they're not really products because it's food. Every
It's food.
bit of this is food, and it's grown in regenerative soil, free from glyphosate, pesticides, herbicides. The soil is not fast farmed or turned over quickly like a lot of our food is. It is grown in regenerative soil. It's ripened on the vine. It's picked at peak perfection. It is wind dried and then brought to your door from the farm to the table. So there are some things that are in. This is the Power Shake. This is 97% of your daily nutrients. It's got phytonutrients in it, 97% of that, all organic, grown in regenerative soil. Like, you can't beat this, and it will create a sense of nourishment and satiation in your body. Then we, as was talked about, the super amino 23s. This is your body. When you eat protein, your body is actually looking for amino acids from the protein. It's not the protein itself that your body's looking for. Your body's looking for the amino acids from the protein. So you may eat a steak, and then your body has to filter through from that steak, where are the amino acids out of that? And so that's what your body's uptaking. This is pre-digested, plant-based. It's ready for consumption. It's ready for your body to use. It's available in your body in 23 minutes. 23 minutes, you know that your body is absorbing it and taking it in. That is beautiful. Ooh, I'm dropping stuff. And then mom was talking about sleep. So this right here is the apothecary. It is the organic tart sour cherry juice. A tablespoon of that is equivalent to 30 cherries, 30 organic cherries. This increases your body's natural melatonin. So it helps you to have deep, restful sleep at night. And that's a beautiful thing. And then one of our last things, I just want to make sure everybody's kind of seeing what we're talking about. This is the Biomedic, and this is a third-party tested pre and probiotic that helps remove, after 6 weeks of consistent usage, helps remove the chemical pesticide and herbicide glyphosate from your body. And glyphosate, again, is a neurotoxin, and it is an issue. It is an issue. It is an issue. I cannot tell you it is an issue enough. The last thing in our what's called ultimate lifestyle transformation is the Super Cleanse R. And this helps to remove parasites. And we all have parasites in our bodies. And some are serving us well, and some are not serving us. And those parasites lay eggs. And so when you're like, I just need to have, I don't know, ice cream, or I just need to have something. Really, what that is your gut, parasites in your gut speaking and informing your brain and telling your brain what to do. I don't want to be controlled by cravings or parasites in my body.
Mm-hmm.
I don't want to be controlled by that. And I'll tell you personally, I took the Super Cleanse R, and after I did my whole 30 day, kind of cleansing, nourishing detoxification, I would go to the grocery store, and I didn't have I need to have this or need to have that. It was like, oh, I'm in the store. You know what I mean? And I know many of us have had the experience of being in the grocery store or the farmer's market and having a craving for something. I didn't have cravings because my body had been cleansed, and I was able to think with a clear mind and make conscious choices and not be controlled by parasites in my gut.
Mm.
I mean, that's huge. That's huge. So I want to invite you guys to what we have coming up. Starting April 18th, we've got a spring cleanse on the horizon. So if you know Miss Mary, or you've been in contact with Miss Mary and you're interested and you're trying to help, or I don't know, maybe I'm interested in what she's talking about or changing, something resonated with you from this call, get in contact with Miss Mary. She's got a special code that she can give you that will allow you to get 25% off. And then you can do this within community, a community that will pray for you, a community that will continue to educate you along this journey. So you're not just lost and I don't know, here's your package, do your thing. They said it's going to work. No, we're going to walk with you through this. We're going to support you and link arms with you on this mission, because it is so important. We want to see you healthy and restored and really walking in generational transformation and cutting off these curses and like breaking them and being the change agent in your families, in your life. And so I don't want, if you're around me, I don't want to sit around and like watch you go through dis-ease and discomfort and death without saying something, without like crying out. I just feel like I'm, hey, just like screaming over here in the corner. Like, you don't have to have this. And I'm going to share this and then I'm going to hop off and we'll wrap this up. One of my uncles, like my uncle, was, I can't even talk right now. Mom, can you tell like what happened real quick?
Yeah, my one of my younger brothers, he's a pastor here in Conway, suffered a heart attack. He was out, they were out eating, and he said he just broke out in sweat, and he was going to go home. His plan was to go home and change clothes and go to a basketball game. Well, when he left the restaurant, top the hill, all he could see was a sign to the hospital. And he felt led, and know it was the Holy Spirit that led him straight to the hospital. They said to that day, they don't know how he made it. He drove himself. He had a heart attack. So they had to, put a stent in. It's a wonder he was 100% blocked, 100% blockage. And, God kept him for such a time as this. He was not ready for him to go. And so, that was really traumatic. This brother of mine, he walks, he's has always been very athletic, and efforting to keep his body intact. But you can the body, but there's some stuff going on the inside that he didn't know about. Even with all that, there was blockage. Go ahead.
One side was 100% blocked, and the other side looked like a 20-year-old.
Yeah, right.
That's what they told him. And so for me, I was like, I can't sit around and like, and Uncle D's what, 67. 67. That's
just
not
67.
That's like not old enough to be having these kind of issues. Like, in my opinion, it's not old enough for that. Like, actually, there's not an age for that. We should not be having these things, right? And so that for me was like, I'm not going to sit by and like, let this be the story. Like, we're not going to have this be the story. Now, I'm going to tell you, I'm going to give this, I'm going to present this, put it at your feet. You do what you want to with it, but it's not going to be for lack of knowledge or lack of resource that these stories keep happening, right?
Yes.
So thank you for sharing that, because I felt like I couldn't put the words together. But like, suffering is optional in this regard. And so we can choose better. And there are resources out there for us to choose better. And we've got amazing people to partner with, again, such as Miss Mary, myself. Connect with my mom, and she'll tell you, like, she'll put you through the channels and get you connected, so that you can get this food in your body and change your body on a cellular level. So thank you guys for tuning in. If anything, again, has resonated, connect with one of us. Miss Mary, do you want to say anything kind of in wrapping up?
Okay, very shortly.
Yeah.
My children tell me, Mom, okay. So you talked about they have a choice. We have to take control of our own health. So these bodies were given to us. And so when the only way we perish for the lack of knowledge. That's not happening on my watch. So I'm always talking about what God say do, or, what herb to use. And so, because I cannot sit around and watch, but once I give you the information, it's like, be ye transformed by the renewing of your mind.
Yes.
We've been doing things automatically for so many years, even myself. And so I do believe that I had this experience with RA, so that I could go through the channels, so that when I talk about my journey, with no medication, and now today I'm actually pain free, and I need to rebuild my muscles in order for my skeleton to work properly. You know, I know that God put the medicine in the food. There is no doubt about that in my life. And so I want y'all to watch my transformation. Once I started taking the product, God is going to get the glory,
Yes.
because I will be up walking and talking. And, you know, I'm an ordained minister as well. So that's why I talk. And I know, I truly believe I have a thing on my desk that says, trust in the Lord with all your heart, lean not to your own understanding, but acknowledge him in all ways, and he will direct your path. And that's exactly what's happening. And so that's how I got to you ladies. I'm through.
Can I say one more thing, Nicole? You
Yeah.
know, as she was talking, you know, my mind, you know, going back, as she said, she's an ordained minister, so am I, and so many others. And even with this, what we do, the way we talk, the way we walk has to line up.
Yes.
So people have to see the transformation spiritually,
Yes.
physically, emotionally. That's how people will know. You know, how do they know? You know, they see it in me. They see me walking it out. They see me not just talking it, but we see the transformation. We see what is happening on the outside, you know, and what's taking place, even in our mental capacity. It comes as a man thinking in his heart.
Yes.
You know, so easy. So when I can think and begin to operate in this manner, feeding myself, that's like feeding myself the word of God. There is a great transformation, and feeding myself the things of God, which is the plant, the food that he has given to us, you know, so to sustain us.
Yeah.
Yeah. And so, yeah. Okay.
Oh my goodness. Okay, thank you guys so much. Thank you, ladies, for being here, and thank all of you who took the time out to listen, or that will listen to the replay of this. So we'll have a link. If you weren't able to tune in live, there'll be a link available, and Miss Mary will send it out. My mom can send it out. I can send it out to you. Really, just to kind of get this word that we are on mission. As Esther was on mission to save her people, we are on mission to save our people. In the same way, we are modern day Esthers, and we are walking this out. And there's an opportunity for you if you're interested in just getting started. Like, all right, I'm gonna just step my toe in this water. All of the superfoods that I just showed you on the video are available to you. It's called the Ultimate Lifestyle Transformation. And if you're ready to get in and transform your life and do this in community, we're happy to meet you right where you are. The Spring Cleanse starts April 18th. So if you want to get your order in today, that'd be awesome. And then you can join the cleanse in community. All right. You guys be blessed. Have a great day.
Okay. You also. Thank you.